Hello everybody and welcome back to the Dependent Fanatic channel. I already have done the predictions for football, college football, every Power 5 conference, and who I expect to win each conference. Coming up is who I think will win the playoff games that I have predicted and the New Year's Six bowl games. But for right now, I thought that we would take a little bit of time away from football and talk about Michigan hockey because their season is coming up this winter, fall as well. Let me give you a backdrop. If you don't know about hockey, I'll just explain some things about Michigan hockey real quick in the beginning of this video, and let's get started. The program was started in 1922, and they have a record number of championships, which is 9, tied with Denver now in the last couple of seasons. Denver has crept up there and tied Michigan. And speaking of which, Denver is one of the very few teams, along with Minnesota in conference, that Michigan has a losing overall record to. Most championship tournament appearances Michigan has with 40, and the most consecutive tournament appearances with 22 from 1991 to 2012. Does that remind you of anybody, maybe like the Red Wing hockey team? In conference regular season titles, Michigan has 14. The latest was in 2011, though. I believe that was before the Big Ten Conference was formed. They were in the CHAA conference. Conference tournament titles, 12, and the latest was the last 2 consecutive seasons. In 2010, Michigan hosted a Guinness Verified World Record crowd in excess of 113,000 in what they called the Big Chill at the Big House. And Michigan's normal home is the legendary Yost Ice Arena. And that name should sound familiar to you because he was the legendary football coach for many years before he became athletic director at the University of Michigan. So the stadium is named after him. Hockey is a strange sport in that players are drafted year after year and never have to sign. It's not like football and basketball where you're drafted and you better go and you're signed. You're going to that team. You can't come back after you already entered into the draft. But these players can. So it's hard to pinpoint and decipher who will be back on this team. As of right now, Michigan is generally a reload program, getting some of the nation's top talent year after year, so I expect a great season yet again in the recruiting aspect. But a lot of these players from last season will be coming back, the last 2 Frozen Four appearance teams. Last season, Michigan, of course, won the Big Ten Tournament Championship and made a Frozen Four appearance with interim head coach Brandon Nurato, who was a former Wolverine. Michigan, he got his permanent head coach job, by the way. Michigan leads all programs for the most first-round draft picks with 33. Michigan has 11 first-rounders in the last 5 seasons. Adam Fantilli, I have found out that he has signed. He has gone to the NHL, but Michigan will be loaded still. This season, coaching-wise, Nurato hired Matthew Deschamps from, he was one of the best defensive developers in the game, and he was, where was he? Let's see. I didn't put down where he came from, but Deschamps will run the penalty kill and defense in game. So that's pretty exciting because Michigan defensively was not the greatest last season, and the penalty kill was tied for last in the nation last season. So hopefully he can turn that around. And Michigan also hired Kevin Reeder. They both will be assistant coaches. Reeder was at the USA Development Program as goalkeeper coach, before he became Director of Player Personnel in 2017. So he's been there quite a while with the United States of America development program. Rob Rassi, who was on the team, was promoted to associate head coach, and Evan Hall was promoted to director of hockey operations. All right, let's talk about who possibly could be on this team and coming back. Like I said, it's hard to find. No one talks hockey. I happen to like the sport, but I don't know everything about it either. I'm just giving an update here for those of you who care and are itching to get some hockey news. Like I said, Adam Fantilli went pro, 3rd overall. He signed. Rucker McGroarty went 14th overall. I'm sure he's gone. Gavin Brindley, 34th overall. And these are in no order. Mackie Semiskevich, 24th overall. I believe them are all gone to the NHL. TJ Hughes, though, on the other hand, could be back. 13 goals, 23 assists in 39 games. Jackson Hallam, 6 goals, 11 assists in 39 games. He was in the entry draft, whatever that is. Philip Lapointe, senior, 2 goals, 3 assists in 24 games. Dylan Duke, pro, 4th round, question mark. Keenan Draper, 1 goal, 19 block shots in 23 games. Nick Granowitz graduated, I believe. Frank Nazar III, 2 goals, 5 assists in 13 games. And Eric Ciccolini graduated, I believe. Mark Estapa, 5 goals, 7 assists, 22 block shots in 40 games. So them are your more forward type players. And the defensemen are as follows. Brendan Miles played in 5 games, no stats. Jacob Truscott, did he go pro? He was drafted in the 5th round. Keaton Pearson transferred out. Thank you for your service. Stephen Holtz, 1 goal, 6 assists, 32 blocked shots in 25 games. And Seamus Casey, 8 goals, 21 assists, 24 blocked shots in 37 games. Luke Hughes is pro, I believe. And Johnny Druskinis, 2 assists in 8 games. Luca Fantilli, Adam's brother, 2 goals, 5 assists in 36 games. Ethan Edwards, 4 goals, 10 assists, 54 block shots in 37 games. Wow. And then Jay Kiernan, I believe he graduated or is going pro. Now at goalkeeper, we lose Eric Portillo. He was a big guy. I think he was 6'4", 6'6", or something like that. Huge. He had a tendency to because he was so big, he would move out towards people, out of the net, and that cost Michigan a few times. I think the goalkeeper will be better because, like I said, we brought that goalie coach in from Team USA. Or no, that was the other guy. Sorry. Noah West is still here, I believe. Tyler Shea went in the portal and he transferred away, but Jacob Barzewski is a grad transfer, and he's coming into Michigan with a .932 save percentage when he was at Canisius. So that is very exciting. So we'll have some firepower. Our defense is going to be even better. Penalty kill should be at least, it can't go down. It's got to go up. And the goalkeeper is probably going to be better as well. So I'm really excited about this Michigan hockey program. It's very similar to Michigan football. Best in the sport historically. Was a long time before they won a championship in the late 90s. For hockey, it was 96 and 98. For football, it was 97. And in the last 2 seasons, they have been in the Final Four, both of them. So it's quite a anomaly, I guess. These 2 teams, very similar in stature. Both lead, Michigan, until Alabama, Michigan football was tied with them with national championships. But Michigan hockey leads in that category. So can they add to it? We shall see. Thank you, everybody. If there's any information I'm missing, feel free to hit me up in the comments down below. I'd love to learn. Thank you, everybody. Remember to like the video, share, subscribe, and have a great and glorious day. It is very nice out there today. So I'll probably be out there doing some weeding in the garden later. But neither here nor there. Thank you, everybody. Have a good day. Go Blue.